Okay, when I start to create a new presentation, I write down every word from my mind to a big size paper. And this is the result. Yes. And this word cloud has two problems. The first problem is there are too many words. I need about 2 hours to explain all, but today I have only 30 minutes. That's the first problem. The second problem, I've studied mathematics. I loved structure, yes, and that is completely unstructured. So I reduced the word and make it more structural, and this was the second agenda. And the first, we look on the transformation, digital transformation for the insurance group, for the Generali, and I show you what the Generali group does with this digital transformation. And in the second part, I show you about the first project we made with documents for digital communication for our health insurance group in Germany. And I say about what are the challenges, yes, about this project. Okay, at the finished with 5 projects, I look in the future a little bit, and so completely different projects we have in the Generali group in Germany and worldwide to work with digital communication. When I start digital transformation, it is very important to know what are the starting. Is digital transformation really now? And I love this to sign with to work with pictures, because one picture say more than 100 words. And the first picture I show you is this here. All these people waiting on the announcement after the election of the new Pope. I use this picture because the Generali is an Italian company, yes. And 8 years later, we have the same situation. We have a new election of a new Pope, and all the people wait on the announcement, but the picture is completely changed, and this is the result. Yes. A lot of people, everyone has a smartphone or a tablet or like this. And I hope that all of them have an insurance contract. Maybe for the Generali, yes? Okay, and you see that this is a starting point. And in 2014, we start big projects to make a big step in digital communication. And the Generali group was very successful in this project. The Generali is a major player in the insurance world. We worked in over 60 countries, and we have 55 million customers. But you see a lot of successful information on this paper, but for my presentation, the most beautiful information is in the left corner. You see, the 2015, the Generali Group get an award for one of the 50 smartest company in the world. Normally, I expect a smart company, Apple or Google, maybe Couchbase, yes, but not an insurance company. But the Generali Group was very successful with new projects. I will show you on the next slide some projects, 3 examples. And the examples are, the first example is Generali Vitality. It is a program you can grow up your health and your fitness, and you can earn points, and you can use these points for advantages for your, maybe for your insurance contract, or reduce the cost, or like this. It's very amazing technology for a lot of young people. Yes. The second project it's normally for telematic with drivers. When you drive safely, you can reduce your cost for your car insurance. when you drive like Formula One driver, and that is possible in Germany because we have highways with no speed limit, yes, I think you have problems with your cost. And telematic is the first project and very beginning when we can start in the theme of smart insurance contracts. Yes, we research in this area and we hope we can fulfill and we end the research in the next years. The last project I want to show you as a project for in Germany for the health insurance Central RechnungsApp. That is a voice app. And in the next slide, we go in the deep with this application. Central is a health insurance, yes, and they get a lot of paper. And we have a lot of communication about mail. And so they make a step in the next direction of digital communication with the customer and announced a new app, in voice app. We know it, RechnungsApp, the German word. Yes, and you register with this app. And so what you can do with this app is that you can see in the next slide. That is 4 steps. The first step is you get an invoice from your doctor, or from your hospital, or from any other organization in the health insurance. And now you activate your app and you make a photo, not a photo, an image. I explain later what the difference is between a photo and an image. And we extract the metadata on this paper. And you send the image and the metadata to the central insurance company. And in the next step, in the third, this left corner, you can follow the workflow. If you want, if you see opportunity, you can get a signal after the next steps in the workflow. Yes, start the workflow, if we have questions, or we are ready, all the information you can see in the app. And at the end, you get a claim report. So we pay the following cost. That is smart, that is very simple, and we are very happy that in a few months, 30,000 customers use this app. Yes, that is very cool. But this was only one side of the medal. We have the other side of the medal. We are a very old insurance company. We work over 100 years. We are mainframe based. Yes, we have a lot of programs in COBOL. And we had a lot of programs, they work with Java, yes, for user interface and so on, but we have a lot of challenges to solve. And I will show you the most 4 topics we must solve. The first topic is here in the left side is we must program an app. We have no experience to programming an app. Yes, we used young programmers. They are fantastic programmers and they realize the app. And this app make an image. That means they make a photo, reduce the DPI, extract the metadata with optical character recognition, and send this all to the insurance company. We realized in a few months that is great for insurance companies. Yes. And the second, we must store the data. Normally we store on the DB2 mainframe-based application. Yes, but we have very exciting requirements for availability, for scalability, and for license cost. Yes, and so we decide with a new product, and we made a new product that we call the document store. The core is Couchbase, and an application layer, we know it front controller, document front controller. Yes, and this is the document store. And all the data are stored in this. Many colleagues from my side said, are you crazy? Yes. To use a completely new technology, yes, for a new application that has a much of sentence for our customer. Yes, it was successful. The next step we must solve is very problematic. It is the absolutely topic theme in Germany. It is IT security. Yes, we need a new technology for authentication. Yes, we need a token, and we need cryptographic signature and like this. And normally it is so that the IT department and the data security department said, oh, we need a very strong authentication. We need 3 factors. And on the other side is a sales force that said, no, 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 no. We need smart. We need it easy. And so you must need the balance between these very different requirements. And we had a lot of discussions with national data science or data privacy organizations and so it's very critical to realize this in the right time. And the other side is we need a new model for authorization. When you work normally with insurance workers in your company, you have a rule-based access for authorization. Yes? And this don't work with millions of customers. Now we change attribute-based access control, and it's worked very fine. And so we have the same problem. The security department says, yes, we need very strong authorization, a lot of attributes. So we must absolutely sure that for health data we have the right person, and you don't see only this documents you can see. On the other side, we have the problem, don't use more than 100 milliseconds. Yes, and that is the problem. We solve all these challenges and all these problems, and that was very fine. Okay, we make a look in the future. We have a lot of projects in the Generali group. They worked with Couchbase, and I think that we have a rapidly growing up of a Couchbase installation. We hope that we had in a few years 10 million customers who work with this application. Yes, the health insurance is only one application. Every department in the insurance company has its own application, maybe. Yeah? The claim department has another application, the life department has another application, and all work together in an app. And the next year, that is a requirement of our customer, they want to see the complete history of all her documents over the long, long time. And so we import these documents, and at the end of next year, we want to import 1 billion documents in a Couchbase installation. Yes. And we hope that Couchbase holds the best of performance. Okay, that is the first project and the lookup. And now I choose 5 different projects. They are completely different, and they look a little in the future. And the first project is a project we have a requirement from another project that said, okay, Couchbase is so successful, it is possible to integrate Couchbase for long-time preservation. That is completely different than archiving. Long-time preservation based on a framework, an ORES framework, and that means that you archive, yes, that you control the access, that you are secure, that don't change the content, yes, and we are in the discussion with Couchbase if Couchbase can support these requirements in 2 areas. The first area is an API. There is 2 APIs here, WebDAV interface that is for versioning and records management, and bigger API is the CMIS API. With the CMIS API, there is the possibility to connect and to realize programs for every content management system. It might be different that you can access with the same program Microsoft SharePoint, yeah, or IBM Content Manager, or FileNet, or other companies, maybe in the future Couchbase. The second part, and this Couchbase can support us, is that we need a certification. In Germany, it is absolutely necessary to need a certification for long-time preservation. Yes, we have a national standard, Nestor, and we have an international standard. Both are possible. Okay, that was the first project. The second project is one of my lovely projects. Yeah. Second one, this is the dark side of the digital transformation. And the first title I'd write here is, and the insurance industry strikes back. I will tell you some stories about insurance fraud. 5 to 10% of all insurance cases are insurance fraud. The first story here is my lovely storage here. Do you know Jürgen Klopp? One of the famous soccer trainer in Germany. And Jürgen Klopp has these glasses here. And in the semi-final of the Champions League, yes, just before the game is over, the defender shot a goal. We all were very happy and run to Mr. Klopp. And the glasses fall down on the ground. And Mr. Klopp stepped back and the glasses were broken. You can see those glasses in the museum from Borussia Dortmund, yes. That was the first part of the story. The second part of the story is journalists stand by and make a photo. And then the next day, in the most newsletters, online newsletter or print papers, this photo was on the first site. Jürgen Klopp crashes his glasses. Yes. And the last part of the story is this image from the online version was used with copy and paste, used in an email, and the customer said, that is my glasses, and they are broken, and I need your money. 1 time? No. 2 times? No. 80 times in Germany in 1 year. That's what the customer thinking. We detect this. Yes? The other insurance fraud is very often, you have 2 cars. A very old, cheap car, and you have a broken front glass. You make a picture with your camera, with your smartphone, and you import this picture of your very high sophisticated, high-value car. Put on the top of this picture, make the border a little bit, and send this to the insurance industry, to the Generali group, maybe. We have a software to detect this. We scan every software that include a JPEG or a TIFF, and we can detect any manipulation of a picture. And what we do this, we used an adaptation of the Benford law. Yes, Mr. Benford had detected that the number of even numbers and odd numbers in any report are a little bit harmonic distribution. And when you manipulate this, the number of even numbers are much more higher than in a correct report. And we can use this with colors, especially for the color with brown, because the human eye don't see brown very well. Brown in this much of colors here, and you can see broken color distribution. And so we can detect, okay, that is a sign we must ask our customer. Yes. So it is absolutely necessary in the form of a digital transformation to analyze this and to work against insurance fraud. Okay. The third project is a project from one of our young programmers. He came to me and said, "Oh, Roberto, I have a famous idea. I analyzed all the letters from our customers and I look up if there are any negative sentiment or negative opinion. And this was a programming language in R. And the whole program is only 100 lines. It's very smart. Yes, and we make a test with a lot of customer letters, and we have a rate of detection from 78%. That is very good for the first. Yes. And okay, we see that this algorithm has some limits. When you use a special rhetoric style like ironic or sarcasm, it don't work. Yeah? Or we have found one letter, there was a customer who terminated the contract and he wrote a letter and he wrote a poem. We can't analyze a poem with this technology. But it's much more better than before. Yes? Okay, the next is a little bit science fiction. It is a trend, and we research in this area. The most thing we work is we write letters to our customer. And we want to know it is possible to create or to design and to create and to distribute letters full automatically with machine learning. Yes, we had a big training set, billions of letters, and we hope that we can realize this with new technology. That is a very interesting area, and a lot of people work in this area. But it's a little, for this case, it is important that the content in the document have some attributes, and I have make a list of these all attributes. Yes, you need modular, you have a little bit structure. Yes, you need metadata and self-supporting. That means that the document and all work together. Okay, the last project. That is my own project. When I start my career, I work in the capacity management for the mainframe. And we used queuing theory to make a forecast of our installation. And we work with this in other circumstances like Power 8 or IEX or IBM Content Manager applications. And now we look, is it possible to use this mathematic for a forecast for sizing with Couchbase applications. That's a little bit critical because in this series from Mr. Busen and Mr. Danning in the 1970s, in-memory databases are a problem. Yes, S4HANA for SEP or Couchbase, and we start this project to analyze. It is possible, so we have a good possibility to make a correct forecast with difference of might be 5%. That is our goal. Okay, I'm finished. Yes, here are the summary. Yes, I talk about digital transformation, about the Generali insurance company. I show you something about a first project with document management and with Couchbase, that is a core technology. And at last, I show you 5 different projects. I hope that some of these projects are your